What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Yes, I'm back. I just finished watching the match between Peggy Gubbins and Paige Fabetti. Peggy versus Paige. Get it? Peggy. Anyways, so yeah. Next up on the agenda is another Schmoedown match for me to watch and react to, and this time it is an Inner Geekdom match, which is where my strong suit is, which is why I have the green marker over here. And more importantly, the people playing the match are Alex Damon and the Barbarian. Now, nothing against Alex Damon, nothing against Roxy. I think Roxy is the best manager in the Schmoedown by far. I just think the Barbarian is the much better competitor, both in Inner Geekdom and in singles. And it's just, I don't know, I don't see how Alex is going to win this. I could be obviously wrong. I could be shocked and surprised. I mean, there's a bunch of new categories, which, in my opinion, just only helps the Barbarian more because he's already a singles competitor. But yeah, I played against the Barbarian in a free-for-all Inner Geekdom-styled match. So I've seen firsthand just how dangerous this guy is. And yeah, I mean, he was my pick for Rookie of the Year last season. If Adam Collins hadn't done what he did, he was my favorite Rookie of the Year. And just, and I told him that when I played against him. So, yeah, I gotta put my smart money on the Barbarian. And even if I haven't played against the Barbarian, the Finstock Exchange are on a serious roll right now. They're striking victories left and right. I mean, their only defeat was Brother Lomas, and that was like a rookie who's never played before. So it shows you just how good the Finstock Exchange is this season. In any case, let's stop listening to me ramble on about the Barbarian versus Alex Damon, and let's actually watch the Barbarian versus Alex Damon. Here we go.
Elvis, at last.
There he
Our
is.
time has come. We are ready to make our season debut for the Finstock Exchange and begin our path to destiny, that Inner Geekdom title belt. We are very confident and very excited because we know there are no worthy competitors standing in our way.
Oh, hold on there, Barbarian. I think I'm worthy.
Really, I think Andrew DeMolanta may have something to say about that.
Whoa!
Well, that's not really pertinent right now. And I'm still the best there is at Star Wars. I might not be holding a belt right now, but I'm still the best. And Star Wars is part of the Inner Geekdom division.
Well, we disagree that that's relevant.
Well, we don't care what you
Grogu!
think.
Oh, well, we don't believe that Mandalorian TV series has anything to do with the Inner Geekdom, and perhaps that's why you lost your belt.
Agreed.
A little focused on the wrong topics.
We don't see it that way.
Well, we think that is just not true.
Well, we would like to see you answer questions about really anything that isn't about little green aliens.
Well, we think that there's plenty that I can handle.
Yeah, well, we think you're going to have to handle a lot to get through us.
Kalinowski!
Hi, boys. But look at these two smiley faces. Alex, I didn't recognize you. I'm used to seeing something gold and shiny on your shoulder. I didn't see it. Looking at you right now, my friend, I'm reminded of the Garth Brooks song Shameless. Only because you're beltless. Don't feel bad. I've been there. I know what it's like. We've played each other, and thinking back to that match, is there anything you would have done differently? Not your Star Wars match where you lost your belt, to our match. Anything different you would have done?
Well, yeah, Mike, I think
Let me stop you right there. Because it wouldn't have mattered. You could still do things differently, and I still would have KO'd you, my friend. But better luck next time.
Well, he is
and you,
KO
Babs.
for a reason.
Okay, first of all, let's clear the air here. What am I addressing? The round dome or the stump coming out of your shoulder? You get two things coming out of that neck stump of yours. What do I look at?
We don't care where you look.
Okay. So you hitched yourself, my friend. You hitched yourself to the you're wagging to the wrong horse, didn't you? That dossier, it ain't proven too good, is it, my friend? Who wrote that? Elvis? He scribbled that up for you guys?
That's what I said.
Sure, no, it wasn't that clown in charge there with the glasses, and then JT got him on that scene now.
Hey, we don't appreciate we don't appreciate this kind of talk.
Let me stop you right there.
Let me stop you right there.
I don't care what you have to say, my friend. I really don't. I want to come in and see you two boys. I just want to say hello because it doesn't matter. You guys go and play, and the fans will like you. You guys are your fan favorites. You know, I've been there. So go have your little match because it doesn't matter. I'm not even focused on you. I just want to say hello because Mara Nopik, the wonderful Mara, the amazing Mara, the Brown Dwarf Star, has that belt. And I want my belt back. You know, she's beaten me, but I've beaten her. And I've taken that belt right off her pretty little shoulders. And I'm going to do it again. So you guys, have your little fun, your road bumps. I've seen people like you come and go in this league. And there will be people in the future who will come and go. You guys, you're nothing. Have a nice day, losers.
Damn.
We didn't think that was very polite.
We agree.
We really enjoyed that cutscene.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. I'm Christian Harloff, joined as always by Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Mark, what an incredible couple of months it's been, and what a pay-per-view we just had with John Roca and Liz Shannon Miller, Ben Bateman, Riley, everybody. I mean, it has just been such a great. And then you look at yesterday's match with Paige and Peggy. This season has just delivered in ways that we couldn't even imagine, and we get another great one here today in an Inner Geekdom match that is going to determine who's going to be playing in a number one contender match.
Recently in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, Christian, across all divisions, we have run the gamut of emotions. And as we saw yesterday in that match between Gubbins and Frabetti, whew, you talk about not a dry eye in the house. But now we move on to the world of Inner Geekdom, where we have the Barbarian versus the Demon. Sounds like pretty dirty business, but I got to tell you, I think Alex Damon is coming into this match, Christian, not disappointed
like
that he no longer has that gorgeous Star Wars belt. I think he might actually be relieved to just have a normal three-round match again, where Star Wars certainly factors into Inner Geekdom, but there's a lot of other categories where he can prove his knowledge and show what he's worth, not just in a galaxy far, far away. For the Barbarian, both him and Elvis, look, they're as competitive as they come. If competition were albums, they would be Dark Side of the Moon. No way, I'm told that's a space station. Either way, both fellas really want this match because, as you said, it does hearken to a future that could possibly involve a shiny belt.
Well, yes, what it does is at the end of this month, Mike Kalinowski will be playing one of these two guys in a number one contender match to see who plays Mara Kanopik in the next Inner Geekdom title match. Barbarian, he entered this league very scary inside. You thought, oh, singles, he's gonna be dominant in singles, he's gonna be dominant in teams. It was Inner Geekdom where he really started to shine even more so. And then you look at, he's like the top trainer for the Finstock Exchange. Tom Dagnino is doing. I don't like to give that absolute stupid idiot the credit that but I have to, because he has been. Look at what Gold Leader has done. Look what Rick Radis has done. You know, look what Roca did. Right now they're on a tear. So this is a big one because Barbarian helped put together that dossier. He helped do the work. He helped recruit on the Finstock Exchange. The question is, did that take away from his studying, or did that help him even more so working with all these rookies, working with all the vets? Is it turning him into a stronger player, or is he more on the side of, I'm going to help everybody get better, and does that sacrifice? It's another thing that we're going to find out today with what the Barbarian's going to do.
Pretty sure the term idiot implies stupidity, so you don't really need to throw that adjective on top of it unless something happened between you and him this morning. But either way, why don't we let Christian cool off and throw to this promo from our own Nerd Chronic.
Nice.
Well, hello there.
Oh, he's got a mustache now.
So Elvis and I are going up against Alex the Demon, the most dominant champion the Schmoedown has ever seen. He has never lost a championship match, and he's held on to that Star Wars title since 2018. Many people argue that he should be on the Rushmore of Schmoedown alongside the GOAT himself, John Roca.
Hands down. And Alex?
I just remembered it. I didn't have it written down. Can I say it?
And Andrew?
CC 5052 Bly.
I'm fine. I don't know why everyone keeps texting me and messaging me, but I'm fine. I promise. I'm fine. I'm fine.
He's not fine.
The last time I saw that look in Alex Damon's face was in 2017 in a fatal five-way match in almost
Versus
4
Darth
years. You know, that look.
I'm gonna miss that belt, so I definitely I'll be training for IG while I can.
It is without a doubt the greatest Star Wars match of all time. Yes.
I suppose there's an empty spot on my bookshelf back there that I refuse to fill up because that's where my belt goes. Yes, my belt.
Elvis and I have the utmost respect for Alex the Demon, but we want to offer him an opportunity we wouldn't give anyone else. We're going to give you the chance to forfeit your match to us.
Oh.
Yeah, he just got done training for this Star Wars match against Andrew DeMolanta, which, the fact that he had to spend so much time focusing on training up for that instead of prepping for all the new categories in the Inner Geekdom, I think gives me an advantage.
Look what the expansion did to Chandru. Murdered him. He was finished. Amara's really good. There's no question about that. But you know who the best is? Barbarian.
With Star Wars, yeah, it's just 12 movies. I can do that, but with Inner Geekdom, there's a lot that I need to fill in knowledge-wise. If there were any negative emotions like anger or frustration or rage, I guess the only thing to do would be to take it out on the Barbarian.
Think about it, Mr. Demon. We're giving you the opportunity to save your legacy from the inevitable obliteration and embarrassment that you face in this match. Everyone knows you were just playing an Inner Geekdom to have some fun and kill time before you had your annual Star Wars match.
Alex Damon, sure, he's great at Star Wars. He's fantastic. There's only one person who's going to take that belt, and his name is the Barbarian.
So accept this gift we're offering you, or you could face us and get yet another KO on your record and run back to that division of 12 films you love so much with that demon tail tucked between your legs.
Hell, I could take it out on Elvis too. That could be fun. So instead, I'm just gonna tell the Barbarian that I'm gonna crush. I just want to say to the Barbarian that I'm looking forward to a great match with you.
Well, as I said, the guy's a dumb, stupid idiot. But either way,
no
he's
Roxy
got
in that
these players. He's got the Barbarian. They're excited, as they should be. As they should be. It's everybody was calling the Finstock Exchange morons for the way that they drafted, and so far, it looks like it's working out. But if the Stars and the former Star Wars champion, which is crazy to say, Alex Damon, have anything to say about it, it's going to be a bumpy road. You ready?
Well, this well-educated idiot is ready to get this thing on the road. I didn't realize until I looked at the screen how close to Pee Wee Herman I'm dressed. So I guess fashion sense on point.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia
Schmoedown.
3 rounds in the Inner Geekdom division. Introducing first. Representing the Finstock Exchange with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout. This is the Barbarian makes it. The music from David B. blaring out there. That track is the music he made specifically for the Barbarian. And man, look, Barbarian, I have to tell you, this is something you have been doing. You've been really excited to get back in the ring here. You finally get to do it. You've seen Roka gets the win, Gold Leader gets the win, Radis gets the win. Is there pressure, or do you get more excited?
You know, there's never any pressure in the Finstock Exchange because we know we have the best faction in the entire league. And when the year ends, we will have all the belts. We will be on that stage at Spectacular, having defeated COVID and having defeated the other 7 factions to hold all 4 of those championships high and receive the rightful respect we deserve for what we've accomplished this year.
Okay, but Barbarian, you're facing a pretty talented opponent. You know what he can do in the world of Star Wars. So is that the only category where you might fear the demon's knowledge? Or are there other categories where you say, hey, I hope the kid stays away from that?
Lord of the Rings, don't forget about that.
Well, you know, I've seen what he's done. He's apparently taken his eye off the ball because he lost to that traitor Andrew DeMolanta. So I don't even fear him in the Star Wars right now. I think his mind is somewhere else, as does Elvis. Elvis has been doing a lot of scouting of him for me while I've been busy training the rest of the exchange. We have no concerns about any of the categories. We're gonna do this real quick, knock him out, and allow him to get back to regaining that belt that we hate to see on that scoundrel DeMolanta.
All right, well, thank you so much. Good luck to you, sir. We will see you in just a moment. And his opponent, representing the Stars, with a record of 3 wins. One defeat and one knockout. He is the former movie trivia Schmoedown Star Wars champion of the world. He is Alex the Demon. Alex, you look a little upset. What's going on?
This is the Inner Geekdom division, right?
It is.
Everyone's talking about Star Wars. It's Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. I'm supposed to get a break from Star Wars here. Like, yes, Star Wars is NIG, but like, I'm tired of hearing about former this, former that. Like, I still have belts. I have other belts. Okay, I'm coping.
Well, I mean, some could argue that maybe that response goes the other way on that, but nonetheless, let's say that. Well, I hesitate to ask you this. You're coming off a big loss in one of the best matches of all time. True. How are you handling that, and how are you able to focus on IG?
You know, yeah, sometimes it's just the universe telling you to take a break, take a step back. Like, I'm so thrilled to be part of, the best match of all time. I wish I had won it. That would have made it my favorite match of all time, but it's fine. Like, I'm here to show that I know things other than Star Wars, and I'm going to prove that today. Barbarian seems awfully cocky for someone who has an identical record to me despite never having held a belt. So I'm feeling pretty confident today.
Well, to be fair, your record's actually better. You're 3-1, he's 2-1, so there you go.
Oh, well, yeah.
There you go, Alex. See, look, I'm totally with you. That franchise, so overrated with its planets and Klingons and the spaceships.
Klingons?
Let's talk about the movie Krull. Or better yet, let's talk about the Barbarian, your opponent today. It's kind of 2-on-1 here because Elvis does a fair amount of work for him. Do you fear the Barbarian more? Do you fear Elvis more? Is it the combination of the two?
The Barbarian may have Elvis on his side, but I have the Force on my side. Light side, dark side, I'm not sure how I'm feeling today, but I do have the Force as my ally.
All right, well, thank you to Alex Damon. I hope you're feeling better, and we're going to bring in the Barbarian. All right, our competitors have entered the virtual battlefield. Elvis, the Barbarian, the Barbarian's mustache, and Alex Damon have arrived. What?
That's a 3-on-1
are the rules around number 1?
Round number 1, as for all rounds in Inner Geekdom, questions may only be answered by human beings, not their rodents nor their mustaches. Questions 1 through 10 are worth 1 point apiece in round number 1. Yes, 10 questions because it's Inner Geekdom. You may not steal any answers. You may not challenge. Well, yeah, I guess you can challenge. We'll give you each a challenge. We'll bring in your manager. They'll confirm and ratify said challenge is taking place. We'll also give you 3 JTE rules. We're nice like that. If you're not sure you heard a question right, a rodent was talking to you, use a JTE rule. You get another 15 seconds to get that correct answer. Bottom line is this. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote at the same time you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Christian, if one or both competitors gets all 10 questions correct in round number 1, a bonus question will be asked. Said bonus question is also worth a 1 point.
All right, so we ask Alex Damon, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Barbarian, are you ready?
Not quite yet. As a tribute to our captain, John the Goat Law, I'm going to perform this match wearing a blindfold.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's on. Okay.
Christian, I think it's better for everyone if he actually does have sight, especially in round 1.
Oh, well, maybe he actually is going to do it. I don't know what's going to
He might actually do it. His handwriting can't get much worse.
Is it me, or does he look like many people we've met over the years at the Comedy Store?
He looks like if there was going to be a personal trainer for the Finstock Exchange, that's what it would be.
100%. All right. Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number 1. Question number 1. Here we go. We're going to start with dystopian future and time travel. In the Matrix franchise, who is said to be the father of the Matrix if the Oracle is the mother?
Christian, I don't know if you noticed, I have a different background today. Can you guess what city I am currently in?
Chicago.
Los Angeles.
5. I was going to guess that too. 4, 3.
I'm home.
2.
I know I'm wrong, but I'm
really mad
going
at
to go
myself.
with
I was going to guess
anyway.
Los Angeles. Alex Damon.
The architect.
Keymaker.
Yes. And
Okay, that
Barbarian.
makes sense.
He makes Elvis hungry for chicken. The architect.
Tie game. All right, here we go. Question 2.
I should have.
Is in the category of scores and
better guess.
soundtracks. And your query for a point. The songs House of the Rising Sun, Sympathy for the Devil, and Purple Lamborghini all appear in what 2016 comic book film? Had some classic rock conversations pre-show with our own PJ Campbell and Finstock, who actually added to the conversation.
No, he didn't. 5, 4,
2016?
3, 2,
What came out in 2016?
1. Pens down, hands up, please. Barbarian.
We guessed Deadpool.
That is incorrect. Alex Damon.
Suicide Squad.
That is correct.
Oh.
Alex Damon goes up by 1 as we get to
Now that-
question
now that
number
makes
3.
sense.
This is the new category of graphic novels.
Why couldn't I pull
Who plays
that?
V, a masked, charismatic, and skilled anarchist terrorist in the 2006 film V for Vendetta?
What do you think of that new Suicide Squad? You like that trailer?
I did.
You?
Trailer's good. I am not a Steely Dan fan.
5, 4, 3,
Sorry.
2, 1. Pens down. Alex.
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving.
Yes, sir. And Barbarian.
Hugo Weaving.
If you would have gotten that wrong, Barbarian, we'd have issues. All right, 3-2. Barbarian and I worked at Silver Pictures a long time ago. All right, here is the next question.
More resume facts coming soon. In the meantime, fantasy science fiction is the next category. And the question, in the year 2045, much of humanity uses the virtual world Oasis to escape the real world. In what film directed by Steven Spielberg?
Yeah, 2000.
One of the all-time great bits.
Ever. So upset with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Barbarian.
Ready Player One.
One.
Yes. Alex.
Ready Player One.
Alex Damon has not missed just yet. It is 5-4. Excuse me. 4-3 at the moment as we get to our 5th question now. 5th question, and that is Spider-Man films. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
In which Spider-Man will you find electrical engineer Max Dillon working for Oscorp?
I remember being so disappointed when Ready Player One came out, not because of the movie, but because at the start, the speakers were off in the theater, and Jump is the opening song. Couldn't hear it.
5, 4, 3. That's a bummer. 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down. And Alex.
The Amazing
Spider-Man 2.
Yes. And Barbarian.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Correct. 5-4. Damon still keeps his lead by 1 as we get to question number 6.
Yep, as it turns out, that movie wasn't all that amazing. Question numero 6 is in the category of Jurassic Park. So hold on to your butts for a point. Which Jurassic Park film ends with the line, "And if we could only step aside and trust in nature, life will find a way"?
Roxy Stryer upset with you because she liked The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But
I reviewed it fresh for Schmoedown back in the day, but I was drinking a lot.
not me. 5, 4. Movie stinks. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, and we start with the Barbarian.
I went with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
The original Jurassic Park. My pen is starting to fade a little bit.
Is incorrect. And Alex.
The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
That's correct. Alex Damon goes up by 2.
I was wrong
Alex
anyway.
Damon goes up by 2 here. 6-4. 6-4 as we get to question 7.
The other Jurassic Park sequel
This
starring
is a
Jeff
category
Goldblum.
that is brand new to a lot of people, especially Alex Damon. This is Star Wars. In The Rise of Skywalker, the film opens on which planet?
They really are great movies, though. You know, like, it's really fun to go to that galaxy.
It really is. I mean,
I enjoy it.
especially the Obi-Wan cast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
I'm not sure I'm
Alex
right
Damon.
on this.
Mustafa.
Exegol?
Yes, Barbarian.
Oh, really?
I had a Mustafar.
That is correct.
I had
All right,
Exegol.
so nice little fake out there by Barbarian. 7-5. 7-5 is get to the next question. Question 8.
Damon still perfect. 3 more questions for a perfect round number 1. Your next category is Middle Earth. Name one of Bard the Bowman's children in the Hobbit trilogy. I got a question. I'm happy Hayden Christensen's back, okay? I root for the kid.
Yeah, we've had
He's gonna be,
a beef about this for a long time.
he's just going to be wearing a Darth Vader helmet the whole time.
Not necessarily. 5, 4.
You don't
3,
know that.
2, 1. Pens down, please.
I
Pens
went
down,
with a total
and
guess on
Barbarian.
this one.
One of
Blake?
them named Bane.
That is correct. And Alex?
Went Brand.
That was
That is
close.
incorrect. Looking for either Bane, Sigrid, or Tilda. So,
So no perfect
Barbarian
run
gets
for
within
the,
1.
for, the
Alex
Damon.
Damon still up by 1 as we get to now question number 9. Comic book movies. Comic book movies.
Comic book
What
movies.
is the name of the 2013 buddy cop action comedy starring Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg?
To be fair, you see Bard the Bowman and you're like, probably fathered a lot of children that we don't know about.
Close enough. Close enough. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Alex using a repeat.
Repeat, thank you, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Repeat. Here's first one by Alex Damon. What is the name of the 2013 buddy cop action comedy starring Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg? First one by Alex Damon.
That's right. It's a cat and mouse game so
Nothing
far.
comes
Damon
to
had a
mind.
2-point advantage at one time. Now it's down to 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Alex.
Making up a sequel to Man on Fire, Men on Fire.
That is incorrect. And Barbarian.
It is Two Guns.
That is correct. Barbarian ties the game here. 7-7.
Really?
7-7. As we now get to the
even
final
heard of
question
this
in this
movie.
round, question 10.
I would pay to see Men on Fire as well. The next and last question in round 1 is in the category of X-Men.
X-Men.
Excuse me, X-Men.
Oh, boy.
In X-Men: The Last Stand, at the end of the film, Magneto slightly moves what object with his powers? all I can do these days, Christian. Just make slight movements with my limited powers.
5, 4, 3, 2,
I thought they were
1.
talking about
Pens
Professor
down,
X for a
hands up,
second.
and we start with the Barbarian.
A chess
It's a
piece.
chess piece.
It is. And Alex,
It's a chess piece.
this is a tie game. 8-8. What a round that was. Very exciting. Alex starting off really strong, missed the 2 towards the end there, and Barbarian catching up. And we see ourselves tied up after round number 1. Really great round from both our competitors as we get into round number 2. It's the wheel round, Mark. How's it go?
It's 8-8, and it was specifically a king is what he moved on that chessboard. In round number 2, it's the wheel round. You spin a wheel, goes round and round. The kids love it. Once it settles on a category, 5 questions from that particular inner geekdom realm will be asked to that particular competitor. Each question is worth 2 points, but stealing is available in round number 2. So if you miss it, we are going to ask your opponent if they might have the right answer. Another option is multiple choice. You can ask us for 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. So it's 8-8, Christian. Barbarian had a nice intro, but he was first. And then we brought in Alex the Demon Damon. So Alex, you have the call. Do you want to spin that wheel first or defer to your opponent who is currently petting a rodent?
I'm going to defer to the Barbarian.
All right. 60 seconds starting now.
Wearing.
Well done. Got him right where we want him.
Yeah, that was a foolish choice of him to defer.
I agree. You got your 3 JT rules left. You know that. You know, let's spin this wheel, man. Let's do it. We're going to hang a -1. We're still going to hang a -1. It's all good. Let's get it.
Wheels up, and here's the spin.
Diamond hand.
I just love seeing all these new categories on this wheel.
Spider-Man.
What's that?
All right, well,
What
Is that
in
new?
the world?
I like it.
it was interesting.
All right, Spider-Man. It is. Spider-Man, 60 seconds to decide, starting now.
What are we thinking here?
Narrowly avoided opponents.
Do you like it? I mean, there's a lot of them.
I mean, I like a lot of these. There's nothing really I'm scared of.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let's take it. Let's take it.
Yeah? You sure?
Yes.
All right. I like it.
Roman.
Let's do it.
All right.
The
trust
Speed
you.
Roman movie.
All right, so our competitors are back. You spun Spider-Man movies, Barbarian, and so you will be getting 5 questions in the realm of Spider-Man. Are you ready?
The Man of
We are ready.
Spiders.
All right, here you go. First one. Which Spider-Man villain said, "Live in my world, a world without power, a world without mercy, a world without Spider-Man"?
Mysterio.
Fine.
Let's go multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Mysterio, B, Electro, C, Vulture, D, Dr. Octopus?
The exact ones I was thinking of, but I'm going with Mysterio because of
Mysterio.
the context.
That is incorrect. Alex, for the
Really?
opportunity to steal, I'm going to give you the question and read the answers for you again. Which Spider-Man villain said, "Live in my world, a world without power, a world without mercy, a world without Spider-Man"? Was it A, Mysterio, B, Electro, C, Vulture, D, Dr. Octopus?
Vulture.
That's correct for 1 point. Alex Damon picking up that steal. Here is the
Damn
question.
it, I should have known that.
All right. Who plays the character of Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3?
Topher Grace.
Regrettably, that would be Topher Grace.
That is correct. Mark Ellis did not play that character. Chris did. Here is the next question. Question number 3. In Spider-Man Far From Home, Peter wants to buy MJ what type of necklace?
It's a type of flower. Black.
5.
It's not a black orchid.
Black Dahlia.
That's correct for 2 points. And
That was
here
close.
is the third question. Excuse me, fourth question. Fourth question. Here is the fourth question. In Into the Spider-Verse, what is the name of the lab where Olivia Octavius is the head scientist?
was Olivia all along. Just saying.
Malcolm X.
That's correct.
That's
So
right.
one more
Yes, that's right. That's
One
right.
more here.
I remembered
here's
it
the fifth
after he
question.
said it.
In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Norman Osborn sent his son off to boarding school at which age? Five.
11.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 11, B, 10, C, 9, D, 13?
I'm sticking with 11.
We will
for
say
now.
10.
It's incorrect. Alex, for the steal. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Norman Osborn sent his son off to boarding school at what age? Is it A, 11, B, 10, C, 9, D, 13?
11.
That's correct for a 1 point steal. Alex Damon getting 2 big point steal there. It is 14-10 now as Alex Damon has the opportunity to spin in the second round. 60 seconds starting now.
This is a fired up Alex Damon. This is an Alex Damon that I don't think people have seen. I am so impressed with what you're doing.
he's
Those
angry.
steals were massive. Incredible first round, incredible second round. And at the end of the day, no matter what we know is that you know the difference between a blindfold and a headband. And that is something that I cannot say about our opponent today. So Alex, I'm so impressed. You've made the Stars ridiculously proud so far. I'm glad that you used that JTE because you're giving yourself the time that you need. You still have 2 of them left. And let's spin the wheel and see what we get.
Let's spin it.
All right. So here is the spin by Alex Damon.
Heart of the Stars. I keep telling you.
Hey, round and round it goes. Opponent's choice lurking on the wheel, as is spinner's choice.
And so is
I really have to think this one through. We have to think this one through, Alex.
wow.
What are you thinking here?
I mean, I want to show people I have layers, but Let's
Here's
take
what
it.
we don't care about, layers. Here's what we do care about, W's. You've got this. Take your
She's
time.
got a
Bill, though.
point.
You never
Of course
know
we're
what they're
taking
going to
it.
throw at you. Yeah.
It has followed him. He has gotten Star Wars now. Alex Damon with Star Wars. All right, Mark.
Yeah, Christian, the layers are for winter, and as his opponent can tell you, the sun is clearly out right now. So, Alex, 5 questions in the world of Star Wars. Your first one for 2 points. This will begin to make things right. Is the first line spoken in what film?
The Force
Force Awakens.
Good movie, that one, and that's for 2 points. And all of a sudden, the Demon is within 2 of the Barbarian's lead. Your next question to tie Elvis's owner, or maybe it's vice versa. In Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, what organization does Leia insist will not sit still for Darth Vader's attack on her consular ship?
The
Senate.
Imperial Senate.
The Imperial
Yeah, they're not
Senate.
going to sit still for that Vader
I
guy.
am the
2
Senate.
points, and all of a sudden it's a tied ball game. Alex Damon still has 3 questions left in the home court category of Star Wars. What does C-3PO worry the Jawas might do to both him and R2-D2 in A New Hope?
Do you think they'll melt us down?
Okay.
Yeah, melt them down. It's Galaxy is not going to be the same
That's
without
not what I was
R2.
gonna
At
say,
least
so
your
no point for me.
penultimate question in the category of Star Wars to Alex, who now has a 2-point lead. Which Star Wars character says the following line as their first line of dialogue? Tatooine is sparsely populated.
Darth Maul.
That's right. Not a wordsmith necessarily, but he gets his point across, as is Alex Damon, Christian, because it's a 4-point lead, and Alex Damon now, his final Star Wars question. In The Last Jedi, Snoke says Kylo has too much of his father's what in him?
Heart.
That is correct for 2 more points, and Alex Damon doing what we thought he would do in Star Wars. It is now 20-14. The Barbarian all of a sudden trailing by 6 as we enter round number 3.
That was massive for Damon, and I don't know if he reached back for that figure or he tried to reach back for that belt that wasn't there, but either way, he play like that, and you could see why he's going to be playing for that belt again.
This is a belt, Christian.
Sorry.
This is a belt.
It is a belt.
I'm sorry.
We can confirm.
All right, well, Either way, it is 2014 as Alex Damon takes a 6-point lead over the Barbarians. We get into round number 3. Mark, what are the rules?
Round number 3 is the round where us, the Schmoes, rely on some help from our competitors. We just need a series of numbers from each of you. These numbers may range from 1 to 16 because each one corresponds to a unique category of inner geekdom goodness. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your final question is worth 5 big points. No penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 3. I will be administering all of the questions to both competitors, and Christian Harloff will be making the final judgment as to who wins the match, lest we go to sudden death overtime, still well within the realm of mathematical possibility. So, Alex Damon, you enjoy a 6-point lead all of a sudden, and you get to give us your 3 lucky numbers first. From 1 to 16, which numbers feel fortunate?
I would like 3, 7, and 9.
3, 7, 9 for Damon, and for the Barbarian.
8, 2, and 6.
8, 2, and 6 for the Barbarian. All right. So we are going to drop out the Barbarian and bring in Roxy, who's going to talk to Alex Damon. Roxy, 60 seconds. Sorry, you.
I think you already know this, but those were really sexy numbers. So thank you for picking the sexiest of the numbers. You know the math, you know what's going on here. You're doing incredible, but remember that this game is not over yet. So we play through, we play all the way. You take the 2 JTEs you have when you need them. You take all the time that you need for this. The answers are inside you, and they will come to you if you give yourself the ability to reach them. So I believe in you wholeheartedly here. This is your match. This is your time to win. And payback is a B for anybody out there who didn't believe in you because they're a bunch of morons.
I would like to take a second to apologize to PJ and the Star Wars question writers. I didn't want that to happen, but I know you're running low after my past couple matches.
I know. You're doing incredible. Keep your head in this game. You got this.
All right. Thank you to Alex and to Roxy. Going to bring back the exchange. 60 seconds.
You know what you need to do? Got to get him to his 5.
Yep.
3 and 5. That's all we have to do here. You got the 3 JT rules. We're not worried here. This isn't insurmountable. It's not. It's doable. Everything is doable in the FinStock Exchange. Let's go. Let's get it.
We will do it.
All right. Thank you. Short and sweet. I like it. All right. So now, Mark, we're going to start with the Barbarian, who's going to try to avoid the TKO, and he chose category 8.
That's right. That is Cal Ripken, Kobe Bryant's legendary number, and now it can start the comeback path for the Barbarian. For 2 points, category 8 corresponds to the wacky world of Transformers. And your question, for 2 points. In how many films of the Transformers franchise does Megan Fox appear?
2.
That is correct. The original Transformers and Revenge of the Fallen. And so with that 2-point correct answer, Christian, Barbarians cut it to a 4-point lead. He doesn't need to hit the 3, but it would really help his chances to win.
No, the 3 would be very helpful to win. Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so we are now going to see if Barbarian can hit that 3-pointer mark, and he chose category number 2.
That's right. Tim Couch's number corresponds to Marvel movies. And the question, to cut the lead to 1 point. All is revealed are the last words of what X-Men villain?
Five, 4, 3.
JTE.
Second one.
All right. Category is Marvel movies. The question, for 3 points, all is revealed are the last words of what X-Men villain?
Five, 4.
Colonel
3.
Stryker?
That is correct.
Okay.
For 3 points, and it is
Apocalypse
a
was my
1-point
first
ball
choice,
game. Alex Damon still
but I thought
with
that was
the
too
lead,
easy,
and
so I
so
went
we stick with
Stryker
Barbarian
from Days of
for
Future
his
Past.
5-point question.
Theoretically
If you get
speaking,
this
I should
right,
get the
we
point,
continue
but
the match, and
nope.
you avoid a
No,
TKO.
I'm not gonna cheat
Should you
myself
miss
into
it,
this.
the Demon will be the winner of the match. All right, you selected number 6 for your 5-point question. Sonny Jurgensen's number corresponds to Spider-Man.
Oh, this guy again.
More accurately, the film's about Spider-Man. And your question: for the lead and to continue the match, in Spider-Man Homecoming, what does Ned want Peter to help him build after school?
The Lego Death Star! Join me, and together we will build my new Lego Death Star! Of course I know this question!
5, 4, 3.
JTE.
Last one.
All right, the category is Spider-Man, and the question: in Spider-Man Homecoming, what does Ned want Peter to help him build after school?
Come on, Craig, you got this. If I can get this, you can get this.
Is it a Lego Death Star?
Yes!
That is correct, Christian, and we continue in the match. All of a sudden, we went from the possibility of a TKO for Alex Damon to now Damon finds himself trailing by 4 points. He's going to have to answer some questions correctly now.
He can hit his 2 and his 3 and win the game, but that was something that Star Wars once again comes back, and this time it helps the Barbarian, as Alex Damon now has chosen category 3, Mark. Category 3.
Category 3 is one of my favorites to say because I enjoy this word, Alex. Swashbuckling adventure. And your question: to cut the Barbarian's lead in half, what musician plays Jack's father for the first time in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End?
I knew this question would come up eventually.
Keith Richards.
He's also a pretty good guitar player right here. It is a correct answer, and more importantly, the Barbarian's lead has been halved to 2. Alex Damon can win with a correct answer of his next question.
That's right, Mark. So where we are at the moment, 24 for the Barbarian, 22 for Damon. If he hits the 3 points, he will win the game. If not, we will bounce to the 5-pointer. Mark, he chose category 7.
John Elway wore the number. Joe Theismann, of course, did. And now Alex Damon selects it, and it corresponds to his 3-point question in the category of Star Trek.
It was so
and
obvious.
The question for the win: what is the name of Captain Nero's ship in Star Trek from 2009?
Five, 4.
Something Romulan.
The Kelvin.
That is incorrect. Looking for Narada.
All right, so Damon misses that one, but he still has the opportunity to win the match should he hit his 5-pointer. He chose category number 9.
He did, Christian. It's a 5-point question, and it's as simple as this. Get it right, and Alex Damon wins the match. If he misses, Elvis and a little bit of the Barbarian are going to get the win. For 5 points, the category is Jurassic Park. And the question for the win: in the film Jurassic World, name 2 of the raptors that Owen Grady takes care of.
Blue, Charlie, Delta.
Blue, Charlie,
and
Delta,
one
and
more.
Echo.
And Echo.
And your winner,
Alex the Demon Damon!
Damon wins it. What a fight it was, though. In order to do it, Barbarian comes all the way back. Damon misses his 3, but hits the 5. And oh my God, what a battle that was. 27-24. Alex Damon is getting his rematch with Mike Kalinowski. Unbelievable, Mark. Unbelievable.
Christian, I'd get nervous when competitors just, we only have to name 2, but I'll go ahead and name 4. But with Alex Damon, when it comes to Star Wars and now possibly Jurassic Park, he is pretty damn lights out. And so we'll let Roxy and Alex celebrate for the moment while we drop them out. But in a moment, they will be speaking with our own Jen Sturger.
Roxy, obviously very, very happy. I mean, Gucci's still going to be happy the way the Barbarian played, because the Barbarian was they building this momentum and they almost lost a point, but the Barbarian fought out of that. They don't lose a point, but Roxy, who needed those 3 points, she got them, and she got them again because of Alex Damon, what Alex Damon did. And he's got an opportunity now to pick up 4 more points if he can beat Kalinowski, and then he can pick up another 7 points should he beat Demolanta. So she's got a lot of points on the board with Damon right now.
You, sir, Christian Harloff, are the opposite of a stupid, dumb idiot, because you're right. That's an excellent point you make, is that the Barbarian, even in defeat, still helped his faction out by avoiding the TKO and the -1 number associated with that. And what heart, what grit, what toughness we just saw from Elvis to come all the way back from a daunting task. 6-point lead after watching Alex Damon smoke round number 2 because he spun Star Wars. But then Alex Damon says, well, I kind of wanted to show I'm more than just a Star Wars guy. Do not worry, Sir Damon. You just did with those difficult questions in round number 3. He got 8 of 10 in round number 1. Guy knows a lot, and Mike Kalinowski better start preparing.
Yeah, he has that rematch. Mike Kalinowski, of course, TKO'd Damon the last time they played. This is his only defeat in Inner Geekdom, so now he gets a point of revenge. Jen Sturgill will be asking him about that, amongst a lot of other things. Here she is with Alex Damon and a very, very happy Roxy Striar.
Alex, the smile's coming back to your face. I'm so excited to see you again. This has to feel really good to rebound like this coming off your last match.
It does. I needed that. I'm not used to losing. So 2 in a row, I don't know what I would have done.
I just love that you already have your collection of belts nearby for emotional support, just in case. Roxy,
so, yeah.
I just know that you are just beaming with pride for this guy right now, especially considering he could have gotten in his head. He could have taken the Star Wars loss and carried it over into this and been second guessing himself. And in fact, I feel like he's proven that he might be a more well-rounded player than people have given him credit for.
Yeah, much more well-rounded. And the thing is, this is what we all talk about as managers. The wheel giveth, the wheel taketh away. We've talked about this many a times. And I know there are people out there today who are going to say that, Alex spun Star Wars. Well, we would have had to be a bunch of morons to spin off of that. Because thank you to the wheel for doing that. But I'm very confident that exact situation could have happened with several things on the wheel, if not everything on the wheel, because he is really well-rounded. He's really putting the time and effort and energy into this. And I think that he's going to have to take those emotional support belts and clear them to the side, because I think there's a couple other belts that are coming back his way.
It's so right, though, Roxy, because spinning away from Star Wars would have been his ego being like, no, I've got to prove it. And he showed today that he's a smart player of this game. I think even going to the last round, and saving all of his JTEs, knowing that he wasn't going to pull that Star Trek question, was like just proof of how well he plays this game.
Yeah, and then also just think about his first round, and then the last round, he hit a 5-pointer that was really hard to hit. I don't know that I love the reveal of I know all of the people, not just one of the dinosaurs. So joke's on you guys. We're going to do a little better hiding our cards, but I'm still very, very impressed with his ability to pull that. And that's because he's an awesome IG player. And we already know he's an incredible Star Wars player. But I get it. I'm loving this new Alex who's like, can everybody stop talking about Star Wars for a second? This is a different division. Look at where I am and look at what I've done. And look at his record, 4-1 in IG. We talk about the greats with records like that. And why is Alex's name not in that conversation? I don't know.
You're absolutely right, Roxy. Stars are now tied with the Exchange and the Suspects for third place with 7 points. This was a big win for you guys today. But Alex, let's talk a little bit about this match coming up with Mike Kalinowski. It's the end of the month, and right after that, you have Demolanta again. So how do you juggle preparing for arguably 2 of the biggest matches in your career?
Well, let's be honest, I don't have to study all that much for Star Wars compared to some of the stuff I need to fill in for IG. The Star Wars stuff is in there. I'm not overly worried about that. I think people know that I had some weaknesses in my match against Mike last time. I don't have those weaknesses anymore, but I need to make sure that I don't have any weaknesses if I want a shot at the belt.
Absolutely. Roxy, you get Shannon again. I know that you're excited about that. And Mike, a player that you used to manage. So
yeah.
Is this a rematch you guys have wanted since the tournament loss last season? Or are you just kind of like, oh, these guys again?
Alex always wants to play the best. And despite me thinking that Mike can be the biggest tool in the shed, he is really strong in IG. And I want to put him in his place, and I want him to give the respect to Alex that he deserves. And more so than beating Mike, who is just more of a thorn in my side, yeah, I always want to take down Shannon at every opportunity that we're given. So we want this fight, we want this match, and I think it's going to be a close one, but I know that Alex can pull it out.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, congratulations again. Roxy, you're on your way back up, girl. I'm so excited for you all. And like I said, Alex, it's I'm really, really happy for you. I feel like you are everything Roxy's board says you are and more.
Thank you, Jen.
As Jen pointed out, with that win, those are 3 big points. The Stars see themselves now tied for 3rd place. The Dungeon with 15, the Den with 8, and the usual suspects, Finstock, Exchange, and the Stars all tied for 3rd place now with 7 big points here. And that was that Dagnino's going to be pissed off. You know that Gucci is not going to be happy at all. And I'm sure you look at what Barbarian did at the end there when Alex hit it. He threw his hands up in the air. You see how much it means to them right now. You see how much it was right there. And you would feel that way when the Barbarian was on the verge of a TKO. It was like, it looked like it was over, and he hit all 3 of his points. He fought back, and it looked like, okay, I can win this thing. And when Alex missed that 3 mark, anything can happen. He just knew that Jurassic Park question. He knew it. I mean, he showed he knew all of it.
The fact that a competitor can get that sort of draw in round number 2, where you have 2 questions stolen from you, and then your opponent spins the category of their dreams, right. You still have the resolve to fight back and claw your way over their lead to enjoy a 4-point lead at one point in round number 3. That speaks to the grit of the Barbarian and Elvis. And even if Dagnino is upset at the final result of the match, which would be understandable, he's got to commend his player for just how much resolve and backbone he was able to show. We're going to find out more in exactly what sort of mood Gucci is in right now. Jen Sturger, it's all yours.
Listen, I'm just saying, if the Barbarian gets to keep his social animal, I get to keep mine here as well. I know that was a tough loss for you guys, but I think Christian and Mark make a great point that the fact that you hung in there as much as you did, considering Alex Damon, a legend in Star Wars, spun Star Wars, and you still took him to his 5.
Yeah, I mean, look, Craig's one of the best players in the game, or Barbarian's one of the best players in the game. There's no question about that. We knew that we were going to take this guy out if he didn't roll on Star Wars. Sure enough, that's what he did. He played well. I mean, the guy knows everything about Star Wars. We knew he was going to, if he rolled that, he was going to get all of them. Look what he did last week or whatever it was. That was our only concern. And sure enough, he rolled it. And like I said, Barbarian played with true grit, didn't get TKO'd, had the lead, just didn't go our way this time. But we're not too worried about it.
Barbarian, how did you feel about your performance today?
I don't need any of this pity talk that you guys have of, I showed grit in my loss. That's not what this is about. This is about winning belts and winning championships. Mm-hmm. And, the tournament of Inner Geekdom will be ours. We will march to the top, and we will win that belt at Spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that you guys perhaps maybe looked past Alex Damon, assuming that he was just a Star Wars player?
No. I mean, look, he's a good player, but we know we have the best faction, and we know everybody in our team is pretty much guaranteed to win. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, there'll be stumbles. We know that. But like I said, this guy's the best. He knows it. We should be in the winner's circle.
I mean, but I've seen you a lot in the winner's circle this season, Gucci. Like, let's face it, you had 3 straight wins. The Stars put an end to that now, You've got a few unknowns coming up. So are you a little nervous now that your next matches are all your rookies?
Nah, There's no exit plan with Diamond Hands. We don't rely off theories here. We rely off facts. And the facts are 99% of the time we win. That's all it is.
I might check that math a little bit, but you're having a good season.
Yeah, we are. And it will be the best season ever recorded when it's all said and done.
So how do we rebound?
Nobody needs to check the math of Gucci. The math of Gucci is the ultimate math. And if you want to rebound, we're not playing basketball here. This is not practice. This is a game. We are going to rebound by going into the next event that we play and answering every single question right, no matter what division, no matter where we are.
It's 100% right.
All right. Well, tough loss today, gentlemen. Sorry it didn't go your way, but like I said, it's a long season, so keep your head up.
Laser eyes.
Just started.
Sure.
Well, there you go. He fought really, really well. He did what he had to do, but they're right. He hit Star Wars, and it's a kiss of death. So I think Gucci said it. They knew they had him if he didn't hit Star Wars. But he hit Star Wars. They took the match. The Stars take a big 3 points, massive 3 points, and now we see ourselves with Kalinowski versus Damon 2.
A lot of pressure, and I'm glad Jen asked that question to the Demon about how do you balance studying. You got these two big matches coming up, but I think you can trust him to remain level-headed and just to block out as much time as he needs to get through all of those films he's going to have intense knowledge of. And for the Barbarian, where do you go from here? Well, look, we know the guy has University of Michigan basketball team level talent. I'm not sure I can call Gucci a Juwan Howard level coach just yet, but I think that they have something special, and I think a lot of that was on display today in round number 3. Even a losing effort though it may be, Barbarian proved him and Elvis are up for just about any challenge that our little show could toss at them.
Well, he shows how dangerous he is. Remember, he entered as a singles and a teams player, and he's going to be in both singles and teams for the remainder of the year. So they still have another IG player when it comes to Moose Haas, and he's going to be coming up with a match not too far off. So he kind of fell into IG and he became the IG player. He's a singles and a teams guy, and he is dangerous. And he's going to go out there. He's 2-1 in singles as well. So this is going to be still a hiccup in his Schmoedown career, but it was a very well fought victory against, as I think that you said it, I think Roxy said it. This Alex Damon is an Alex Damon we've never seen before. He came in pissed off, disheveled, looking like he had a look in his eye of anger. And that is an Alex Damon we've never seen before. And it seemed to work. It wasn't distracting. It seemed to work. So I don't know what that means for Kalinowski. I don't know what that means for Demolanta. But what I do know is that is a very different Alex Damon that we've ever seen. And I like it.
As Grogu's great granddaddy once said, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate. Well, we know Alex Damon hates losing, and I'll say this about Elvis. He lives a very well-maintained, cushy lifestyle. Alex Damon came into this match the wounded animal, and he fought like it, and he ends up getting the victory. And 3 big points for the Stars faction as they rocket up to a tie for 3rd place. Everyone's still looking up at the Dungeons lead with 15 faction points, but it's still very early in the season, and we have a whole lot of goodies for you here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Not just my fancy background because I'm currently in Cincinnati, Ohio, but also because we have so many different tiers for all of our Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans to check out at our Patreon page. Select which tier is right for you and join our Patreon. That $10 level gets you every pay-per-view event we have all season long. We already had some juicy ones and looking forward to a lot more coming up soon.
There's tons of them coming up, and this one could be a pay-per-view, but it's not. It's going to be released tomorrow, and it is going to be a #1 contender match for teams. William, the Beast Bibiani, and the Kid, the former teams champions, Shazam, goes up against Paul Oyama and Lon Harris. Final exam in a #1 contender match. Bibiani looking for some revenge against Paul Oyama from his loss just a few weeks ago. And as Mark mentioned, if you sign up for that $10 tier, you're going to get the big event coming up very, very soon. There it is. You have on the undercard. This is an undercard. Kevin Goodenough Smith against Sassy Stacy Howard. And in the main event for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World, Dan Merle, the dangerous one, going for his 5th championship. But in order to do it, he has to beat the undefeated former rookie sensation, now in his sophomore season, Adam the Coyote Collins. Adam Collins, should he win, will have 8 straight victories. No one has ever done that in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
True.
You sure I didn't? You sure?
No, we didn't do it, partner. But either way, what a match it was. What a contender match it was. Now that we're going to see Kalinowski versus Damon at the end of the month in that pay-per-view at the end of the month. So, guys, thank you so very much for joining us here. Mark, thank you for joining me. Thank you to Jen Sturger. Thanks to Barbarian.
Patriots have 9
Alex Damon, Roxy Schreier,
straight victories
Bobby
or
Gucci,
something
the whole
like that?
Skybound team, everybody. And, of course, the great Nerd Chronic. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Okay, so didn't quite go the way that I thought it was going to go, but it was a great match. And before you say that Alex Damon only won because he spun Star Wars, keep this in mind. Barbarian spun Spider-Man and missed 2 questions that Alex stole from Barbarian. So keep that in mind. Also, he showed what he knows in Jurassic Park. Apparently that's a secret skill that no one knew about it, and obviously now people do. But yeah, it was a great match. Obviously, apparently, both Alex and myself kind of need to do some work on the Star Trek stuff. But interestingly enough, what I thought would be detrimental to Alex Damon, which is the new categories, actually ended up being, for the most part, Barbarian's Achilles heel in round 1. But he did get the 2 guns question, so I don't know. It's a very all over the place match. This is my score, by the way, 11, which is great. I mean, it's the usual. It's normal on average. It's the lowest score that I normally get in Inner Geekdom matches. Obviously, I would like to bring that up a bit. I got my own match coming up in the fan leagues that I'm hopelessly unprepared for at the moment, but I'm not going to talk about it right now because I do know that I am going to be ready for it when the time comes, hopefully. In any case, that's it for my reaction to the second reaction in a row. I got one more to watch, which is the teams match, the Final Exam versus Shazam, or as I like to call it, Final Shazam, and I will see you on that match. Be back in a bit. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.